The white chief will come to Magua. Come now.
God go with you.
Amen.
Come.
Well?
Go to the dark-haired daughter. Tell her Magua waits to speak.
You wish to speak to Miss Monroe?
The father will remember what the daughter promises.
Oh. I see. Very well. It rather looks as though he intends keeping his part of the bargain.
Duncan.
He just wants reassurance.
Reassurance?
From you, Miss Monroe, as your father's daughter. I must ask you to bear with us, for Miss Alice's sake, for your own. Promise him anything. Powder, blankets, spirits. Smile on him. It'll cost you nothing. And it may cost us dear if you do not. I promise you, the day will come when he will pay.
When the Huron talks to the women, the tribes shut their ears.
Major Hayward, he dismisses you.
No.
Like me, Major, you have no option. Go to Alice and comfort her with our reviving prospects.
If you say so.
I do say so. What has the subtle fox to say to the daughter of Monroe?
You, come. You do not know Magua.
I'm happy to learn.
I was born a chief and a warrior. Among the red Hurons of the lakes, I was a chief. A chief among chiefs.
And are you not still a chief? You speak like one. I'm happy to acknowledge your authority.
I saw the suns of 20 summers melt the snows of 20 winters before I saw a paleface in the woods and about the lakes. And before I saw a paleface, I was happy. Then the Canada palefaces came into the woods and taught me to drink fire water. And I became a rascal.
The French, not the British Magua.
That was to come. But first, because I was a rascal, my people drove me from the graves of my father, like they would chase a wounded buffalo. And like that, I came into the hands of the Yengeese.
Yengeese?
The paleface of the coast.
British?
All nations, all pale faces. They that fought the palefaces of Canada.
I understand.
When they struck and drove the redskins from their hunting grounds, I served the Yengeese as a warrior against my own people. And when I fought, a paleface led the way. The captain of that war party. Do you know his name? My paleface chief was your father, Monroe. Monroe. And Monroe made a law for his war party. He made a law that if an Indian swallowed fire water, it would not be forgotten. And Magua foolishly opened his mouth and swallowed fire water. And it was not forgotten. What did Monroe? Let his daughter speak.
He did justice.
Justice. Justice. Was it justice to make evil and punish for it? Magua was not himself. The firewater spoke and acted for him. But Monroe did not believe that. The Huron chief was tied up before the paleface warriors. with sticks, like a dog.
No.
Not these. These are the scars of knife and bullet. Of these a warrior may boast before his nation. But these, the scars left by your father on the back of a Huron chief. Let his daughter look on what was done to Magua at the whipping post. From that day, Magua must hide like a squaw under this. The daughter turns her eyes from the truth.
I had thought that an Indian warrior was patient, that his spirit felt not the pain his body suffered.
And look again at this. When the Chippewas tied Magua to the stake and cut this gash, Magua laughed at them and said their squaws cut deeper. But as was in war, Magua's spirit was in the clouds. But when he felt the blows of Monroe, his spirit lay under the birch. And have mind to this: the spirit of a Huron is never drunk. It remembers forever.
Magua, if my father has done you an injustice, show him how a Huron chief can forgive an injury. Take him back his daughters.
Never.
So what you promised? It was a trick.
I promised nothing.
What then do you demand of us?
What the Huron loves.
And what is that?
Good for good. Bad for bad.
You will revenge on his innocent daughters the injuries inflicted by Monroe. Would it not be more like a man to go before Monroe's face and take the satisfaction of a warrior?
The arms of the palefaces are long. Their knives, they are sharp. Why should the fox go among the muskets of the warriors when he has the spirit of their chief in his hands?
Magua, for God's sake, tell us what you mean to do. Is there no way to undo the injury and soften your heart? At least, release my sister. Let her go. Buy wealth with her safety. And if you must, let my father pay for those scars with one daughter only. Magua, to lose both of his daughters would bring him to the grave. And where in the grave is victory for you? He will be beyond pain forever.
Magua speaks, and you will listen. Let the light eyes go back to her father and tell him what has been done and what must be done.
And what must be done?
When Magua was driven from his tribe, his wife was given to another chief. Now Magua is friends again with his tribe, and he will return to the graves of his fathers by the side of the Great Lakes. Let the daughter of the Yengi's chief follow Magua and live in his wigwam forever.
What pleasure would Magua get from a wife he did not love? One of a nation and a color different from his own. It would be better to take the gold of Monroe and buy the heart of some Huron maid with his gifts and generosity.
When Magua's scars ache, he will know where to find a woman to feel the smart. The daughter of Monroe will fetch his water. She will hoe his corn. She will cook his venison. The body of Monroe will sleep among the cannon, but his heart will lie within reach of Magua's knife.
Never! You shall find it is in truth the heart of Munro you hold, and that will defy your utmost malice.
Hey, Deyari! Suda!
Read your fortunes in his face.
No.